Welcome, I'm back, and this segment I'm going to talk about superfoods. Superfoods is important because there are a lot of different superfoods. I'm going to focus on a few of them, but there are a lot of different superfoods. For the layman, if you want to make it simple, they're just vegetables, algae, products, usually vegetables or fruits that have a lot more nutrients than the average, than their counterparts. So, for example, acai, right, which is a fruit that's become very popular from the Amazon region. That was very popular in Brazil. Now it's getting worldwide attention. It has a lot more antioxidants than its counterparts. Let's say blueberry, pomegranate, or if you're drinking some wine. They're all part of the same family, but acai has much more antioxidants. And remember this: blueberries and pomegranates are pushed as, actually some people actually consider blueberry a superfood itself. And if you look at the chart, there's no question acai will have way more antioxidants than the other two. And the antioxidants are like the basis. The easiest way I can explain it is think about the materials that your body absorbs that stops your body from being corrupted. So antioxidants, basically in a lot of different ways, help your cells stop from being corrupted. So then people say antioxidants help cancer, basically. And acai has much more antioxidants than its counterparts, blueberries and pomegranate or wine, which are much more readily available. So then they will classify acai as a superfood. Or you have spirulina, which spirulina is considered a complete food. It has a lot of different nutrients, especially like vitamin A, B12, but it has a lot of what you call chlorophyll, which when you eat green vegetables, chlorophyll is important because chlorophyll kind of detoxifies the blood. Chlorophyll is almost in a lot of different ways identical to human blood. Spirulina and chlorella have a lot of chlorophyll. And what happens is people consider them superfoods because they have a lot more than regular vegetables. So the reason why superfoods are getting so popular now is because we, as a people, as a human race, we're so toxic that sometimes now we have to go to the stronger stuff to get that kick or to set ourselves right. So with spirulina, for instance, with spirulina and chlorella, they have higher chlorophyll than green vegetables, and spirulina in particular has a lot of other nutrients. And sometimes what happens is you don't have to take, the reason why they call it complete food, spirulina, because the thing with spirulina is it has a lot of nutrients and you don't have to eat that much of it. So meaning that pound for pound, it gives you more kick than a lot of its green counterparts. That's why spirulina is so powerful. Chlorella actually doesn't have as much nutrients as spirulina in terms of it being a complete food, but it has more chlorophyll. That's why chlorella is called chlorophyll. We have chlorophyll because it has such a high concentration of chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is going to see the reason why you eat. That's one of the reasons why you eat green vegetables. Chlorophyll is very important. So spirulina and chlorella are definitely two superfoods that you have to have. Another superfood that you should check into is acai, when I mentioned it. Acai, it started in Brazil. Brazilians really made it popular. A lot of Brazilian jiu-jitsu fighters used to eat it. Acai is very good. It has a lot of antioxidants. It also has omega-6 and omega-9, which are very important. And on top of that, acai in general tends to help with your stamina. That's why Brazilian jiu-jitsu fighters should take it. It's really good for that. When you see it, when you drink it, you automatically feel the energy burst. In a lot of different ways, acai in general is sold in stores, but usually sold in health food stores. You always have to be careful, because now there's a lot of gimmicks going around. If you're gonna get acai, try to get the pure one. It's a little more expensive. So like pomegranate is expensive too. So acai is kind of like the same, like that. Like it's not cheap. So it's not like it's not gonna break your pocket, but don't expect it to be like grape juice. And you're probably not gonna get it in a regular store. Some of them might, but you're gonna have to probably go to a health food store. So acai, chlorella, spirulina, definitely three superfoods you should check out. Another one, noni, which is a food, is a vegetable, or fruit, you might say, that in general, in indigenous cultures, and specifically in South America, they would eat the whole plant, right? In the West, for the most part, like in the upper North America and Europe, for the most part, they tend to just drink the juice. Noni is really good because what noni does is it enhances your body's cells' ability to receive nutrients. So noni will be something that you take with other things because basically it makes your body's cells more receptive to nutrients, which is important because in this day it's like an ultimate catalyst. Like it helps your body's cells absorb other stuff. So noni is really powerful and really good. And noni juice is what's most of the time noni juice is available in health food stores. So they call it a superfood because it really makes your body very receptive. It's very powerful. And you take it with other stuff, you get a big bang. And another superfood that you should look into is quinoa. It's a grain that it's an alternative to wheat and rice and like grains like rice and stuff like that. Because what happens is regular grains, starches, your body has a hard time digesting. Your body could digest only quinoa a lot better. And because of that, it's being very sought out now. The thing with quinoa that's good is that quinoa really has a lot of protein. So a lot of vegetarians actually eat quinoa because it actually has a lot of protein. And you know when they say you need meat to eat vegetables, I mean vegetarians lack protein because they're not eating meat. Quinoa kind of cures that. So quinoa is very big with vegetarians, and it's pretty good. No, it's pretty good. I mean you have to get used to the taste, but it's pretty good. It's a grain, it's a simpler grain, easier for your body to digest. Has a lot of protein. It also also has an enzyme that helps boost your oxygen to your blood. So when it boosts the oxygen into your blood, it actually kind of helps you be able to concentrate better. And that's very important. So you start to say the quinoa is very powerful. And they call it a superfood because when you compare it to wheat and oil and different types of rice, it blows out the park. So that's what you have to remember when you're studying what are superfoods. Superfoods are just fruits or vegetables that have a lot more nutrients than their counterparts, and they just blow them away. So when you're dealing with quinoa, when you're dealing with acai, when you're dealing with chlorella, when you're dealing with spirulina, noni, those are all superfoods that it should be you best to look into. Specifically, if I had to choose between all of them, I would, especially the greens, spirulina and chlorella are very important. And you could even add AFA algae to that. But AFA algae, I'll cover that in its own. Because actually, to me, that's actually more powerful than spirulina or chlorella. But I'll give that its own segment. But superfoods are definitely something that you should look into because in this day and time, you need extra kick, extra nutrients. And sometimes the traditional vegetables or fruits that most people know of, you should still eat them, but you might need more to add to your add to your resume because in the end of the day, what happens now is that our bodies are so depleted, we need more. So that's why even, for instance, somebody else, I might tell them, well, you don't really need to have alkaline water, right? Under normal circumstances. But because we're so hydrated as a people, they need alkaline water now. So the same thing goes for superfoods. There's many superfoods. I'm going to cover a lot more. There's many. But I want to me, those ones right now, if you don't have them, specifically spirulina, chlorella, and algae in general, definitely get them. You know, acai and noni is good, but if you have to algae is something that has to be in your diet, no question about it, because you need that chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is almost like human blood, almost identical. You need it. Anything green has chlorophyll, but spirulina and chlorella have a higher concentration, so you need that. Quinoa, I would say it's the third one that you definitely need because starch is something that's very hard for people to take out their diet, myself included. And you eat rice and breads and stuff like that. Sometimes when you're having foods, you need you feel you're having all vegetables, you still feel like you need that starch. Quinoa could help with that, and it's really good with proteins. So definitely, if you're not eating meat, it works out even better for that. So that's a short introduction to superfoods. I have more to come in the next video, and I'm going to probably make a whole chain just dedicated to superfoods. So until next time, peace.